everyone's doing well today. It's been a while, but there's been a lot going on in the world, and I wanted to give some respect and let things, not settle down, but I wanted to pay my respects to what's going on and be involved, and that means cutting back on doing social media, promoting makeup and stuff that doesn't really seem like it's as important right now. However, I still think that it's important to take care of yourself, and with all the stuff that's going on, the crazy stuff that's going on in the world, something that can make a big change is taking care of yourself or doing something that you love that will give you that confidence and that motivation to get other stuff done. That being said, I know I look crazy right now with my hair doing whatever it's doing, but I just showered. I didn't wash my hair, just got it damp a little bit, and I put some curlers in it, clipped it down because I'm going to be wearing a hat at the end, and I'll style it and show you guys the finished product at the end of the video, but we're going to keep it like this so it can dry. Also, why? I think it's a spider bite, because I'll own a pimple if I have it, but I don't know. It doesn't have anything in it. I've been struggling with it. But anyways, we're going to go ahead and get started with our face and go right in with our, what is this called? Translucent powder. So over the next few videos, maybe alternating, I'm not really sure yet, I really want to go into self-care, and I want to discuss just working on yourself. I've been listening to, by no means am I a professional, but I've been listening to a lot of self-care podcasts and reading a lot of books, and I think that is one of the most important things you can do. I've never been a reader. I just have never really enjoyed it, but I feel that it brings a whole nother dimension to my life. It forces me to have me time, which I think is really important, because a lot of people tend to just go onto social media and spend hours and hours and hours just scrolling through mindlessly, and I still do that for sure, but I just am trying to create these habits that are healthier, and I wanted to have a healthier lifestyle. I wanted my body to change, I wanted my mindset to change, and so I started doing a lot of research on how to do that. One of the things that I found, and there is a plethora of information and knowledge online that you can find yourself if you just literally Google it or YouTube it. But one of the things that I found most helpful is exercise. I think it's important for everyone to exercise, but for me specifically, this was another level of therapy, I would say. So I noticed after I broke my ankle, this is when it all started. After I broke my ankle the first time, I skateboarded a lot, and in the healing process, I obviously wasn't allowed to skate when I was able to walk again, so I would go on walks just to have some kind of physical exercise, and there weren't anything crazy because, again, I had just been back being able to walk again, but I would just go on walks daily, usually in the morning, and it really just helped me clear my mind and start my day off right. And if that's as far as it goes for you, just going on a walk every day or every couple of days, I highly encourage that. That's a great place to start, and even that will work wonders for you. But after that, I found that I wanted a little bit more, and I wanted to be able to be more active. Also, on my walks, I was listening to different podcasts. It started as just mindless stuff or music, but I was listening to the same songs over and over and over again, and it didn't really seem like I was using that time as wisely as I could be. So I started listening to podcasts like My Favorite Thing, My Favorite Murder. That was a really good one. Or Call Her Daddy. That was a really good one for a while. But also, those ended up seeming a little bit surfacey, and I didn't think I was retaining anything from them that was going to help me in my life. So I ended up reaching out to my sister. Actually had kind of gone through this transformation a couple years ago, or realization, and of just wanting more out of life and wanting to do more and be more for yourself. And so I had reached out to her, and she gave me some suggestions, and one of my favorite books, which I still haven't read that many, but thus far, that got me started on this journey. The first one I read was You're a Badass, something, I don't know. It was called, I think it was called You're a Badass. You can find it at any bookstore. It's got a blue cover with, I think it's yellow words on it, so it stands out. After that one kind of got me started on this journey, but it was a gift to me. But after that, I started reading Girl, Wash Your Face, which is by Rachel Hollis, and she is just amazing. She is so inspirational. She's a badass entrepreneur woman who's gone through all of this crazy stuff and covers every topic under the sun in her book. And a lot of them weren't necessarily, I couldn't directly apply them to my life because a lot of them were about marriage or children or being an entrepreneur. But you can absolutely take everything she says with a grain of salt, or take it and apply it to your life in the ways that you can and get the most out of it from reading and learning from her. If anyone at all is interested in self-help, I strongly encourage you to reach out. And if you have any questions about where to begin or who I like, and my number one person is Rachel Hollis. She is the queen of self-help. She's got a podcast that I also really liked that was called Rise Podcast, and I would listen to that. I listen to that every day. I mean, I can't now because I've caught up with her, so there aren't any new ones for me to listen to, but I love that podcast. It has just given back so much to me, and gotten me into the right headspace to start working on myself and my confidence and my motivation, and I've really seen a world of improvement. Another thing that I noticed before I started, or really I noticed after, but about myself from before I started this journey, was how passionate I was about other people and other things than myself. So I would believe so much in somebody else, or in loving love and loving everyone, no matter what color, race, gender, size, shape, anything. But when it came to myself, I wasn't expressing that same kind of love, and I wasn't taking care of myself and believing myself and supporting myself the way I supported my beliefs on other topics. This may seem like a no-brainer to most people because it should be, but you'd be surprised when you think about how much you do for your community or how much you do for a friend who's in a hard place compared to what you've done for yourself to take care of yourself and show yourself that you love you for who you are. One of the biggest things that I learned, that I'm going to say that so many times, one of the biggest things, they're all important. There's not one big thing or one thing that was more important than the other. They all tie in together and work together to make your brain work properly and to make your mindset a healthy one. But one of the things that I fought for a long time was self-affirmation. It's one of those things that I think it comes back to my previous point of it's hard to give back to yourself. And in my head, quite frankly, it felt conceited and vain to give myself compliments. And I was damn sure not going to stand in front of the mirror and do it to myself. So it was hard for me to even take a compliment from somebody else. That was something that took me a really long time to become comfortable with and to trial and error. I knew there was a lot of cheese. Get ready for the cheese. A lot of motivational speakers or writers would talk about self-affirmation and telling yourself that you are beautiful or you are enough or you are great and you are loved. And I've never been an emotional person. So that was really hard for me to get over, that showing emotion and showing yourself love and showing other people that you're showing yourself love is not a weakness, which is how it felt to me. The first book that I read encouraged the reader to leave little sticky notes all over the office or your house that read positive things, like kick ass today, or make today your bitch, and they were filled with comedy, and so it wasn't as serious as it kind of felt like to me. But it took me months before I even tried it, and it's still something that I'm working on, but I can honestly say that it does make a difference, especially if you don't have anyone else there who's telling you, or if you do and it's hard for you to believe the people that are telling you that. I will write notes, and you don't have to do it all the time. I write notes and I put them on my bathroom mirror, and I leave them there for the whole week. I don't make new ones every day. Sometimes I try, but realistically, I just know that I don't operate that way. And for example, mine will say, reminder, eat healthy today, or exercise today, or a note that says important, that's meant for, hey, important, don't forget to do this. I'll put you underneath. So when I look in the mirror, it says important, and I look at me and it says that I am important. I'm telling myself that I am important, talking to myself. But that's just one of the small things that I think has such a big impact that people don't really give credit to, and really don't give the chance to try, because I know I sure as hell didn't for a long time. And after I broke that first wall of stepping into the zone of discomfort, everything changed. I was really just able to try, which I wasn't doing before. Emotions were a weakness to me, and I wasn't willing to put myself out there in order to save myself and my sanity. And I just want everyone to be reminded that how important self-care is, that even the littlest, take a bubble bath. I'm not really into baths myself, but I've heard that they're awesome and really relaxing and just the great for you time, which maybe I will like them someday if I can get there. But go on a walk, do a face mask, get your hair done, get your nails done. I don't even know. Go shopping. It's okay. It's okay to spend money on yourself for the sake of your sanity, because ultimately that shit is way more important. If you don't take care of yourself mentally and physically, you're not going to be able to go out and earn money. You're going to experience burnout, and then you'll have to actually start from ground zero, which is not ideal for anyone, I'm sure. Also, I have no idea what I'm doing with my makeup right now. I did not plan this out. So excuse me for looking like a Sprite bottle. So after the sticky notes, the next thing I started to do was a daily journal. And I will start my day with my coffee and with my journal, and it's actually, the idea is from Rachel Hollis. She has a Start Today journal, and each morning I write down 5 things that I am grateful for that have happened in the last 24 hours. And the goal is to write down things, to be looking for things that give you joy. And these aren't supposed to be things that are, oh, I'm grateful for the roof over my head, or my spouse, or my kid, or my mom, or my dad. They're supposed to be little things that can happen any day, like someone let you into traffic. Or for me, yesterday I had a hummingbird fly right up to my face and almost into my face, because I think he thought I was a feeder somehow. I don't know. But I jerked back and he flew away. But that little thing brought me joy just because it was something so unique and beautiful. So you write the 5 things that bring you joy in the past 24 hours. And then after that, you come up with, and the 5 things change every day. Then you write 10 goals that you have made happen. And the 10 goals are going to be the same every day. So you go through and pick 10 dreams that you see yourself accomplishing in the next 10 years, and you write them as if you have already completed them. So I am successful. I have built a strong and healthy body. I am intentional every day. You write them as if you already have, to put yourself in that space and in that mindset to help propel yourself towards your success and in all the goals that you want to accomplish in your life. Once you have your 10 dreams that you have made happen, your 10 goals, there's so much hair on this freaking scrunchie. You then write down each day which goal you are going to accomplish first. For me, I actually picked 2, just because one of my things, and Rachel Hollis explains it as that you can only put your mind and soul and everything into accomplishing one goal at a time. But one of mine was that I have built a strong, healthy body, and I have been working on that for a while. And then another thing of mine is having a successful YouTube channel. And so each day I do my workout, I do my health, everything all day. I pay attention to that. I try to make sure I'm eating enough protein and fat and carbs. And another thing I do is something that will help me succeed in my YouTube. So I try to post on social media. I do research on how to be better at talking in front of the camera, which I'm still working on, so don't judge me. It's really just putting in a little bit of effort each day that you are going to put towards that goal and holding yourself accountable for it. This is just an easy way that I found that works for me, that helps really put your goals on paper and can help you take it one step at a time. And it's a lot easier to hold yourself accountable to accomplishing little goals, such as, doing one goal at a time. I have built a strong and healthy body. That is something that you can do. And it's just one small thing that will completely change your lifestyle and your life. But if you just focus on that one thing, as opposed to trying to get 10 different dreams and goals completed because you want to be at the end result, which you can't just jump there. You have to work on all of the aspects that go into that. It's a really easy way to just help see where you want to go and how to get there. That is empty. So the book that I am currently reading, it's called The Defining Decade, and it's about your 20s. It honestly was pretty hard to get into, but once I got into the first chapter, because the introduction is pretty long and very wordy in my opinion, but once I got into that, it really opened up, and I found that I was able to connect to a lot of the stories and a lot of the feelings that this lady talks about her clients. She's a psychologist, and her clients go through in their 20s and struggle with. And I did add another line of glitter where the green was, because I didn't go all the way to the brown line, so I wanted to make sure that it was obvious that there was a space, and I went about 3/4 of the way in. This is falling out. Should I just leave it? Whatever. I'll take this one out too. So we're gonna let those dry. Wow, I have made 0 progress in my makeup. It's taken me like 20 minutes. Shoot, it's probably been longer than that just to do my makeup. I cannot multitask. I'm sure you guys are aware of that. I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest of my base, and then we'll go in with eyebrows and lipstick. All right, we back. So I took all of the curlers out, and it doesn't look perfect, but that's okay because I'm gonna be wearing a hat anyways. And I just went about my normal foundation routine and everything, and I am going to go in to do my brows now. So I think we're gonna do a little bit of just like the bushier, maybe, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. One thing about quarantine that I think I really benefited from was that it is so hard for me to say no. I have such bad FOMO. I don't know why. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure if I dug deep down, there would be some dark hole that explains all of my insecurities and issues. But I just love socializing, and I am really bad at saying no. If someone wants to go out, even if I don't really want to, if they want to have a drink and I drank the night before and I know I really shouldn't, but it wasn't my idea, it was somebody else's idea, so it kind of just feels like a cheat way to get a drink and have fun, even though I have other things to do. I've always been bad at that. But during quarantine, I didn't have that. So I learned how important taking care of yourself is, and I really, really value that time that I had to myself, and personally really enjoyed the quarantine in the sense that I learned a lot and got a lot done with my progress in becoming someone that is more responsible and more aware of my feelings and of my mental stability. It's just something that I think is learned, and I think a lot of people have that issue. Well, a lot of people then again don't have that issue, and they're totally okay with not doing anything and staying in and being introverted. But for me, I am a total extrovert, and so it's really hard for me when someone wants to hang out or it seems personal if I were to say no. And so that's been a really big struggle of mine. But seeing those temptations and realizing that I don't need to say yes to all of them, and my friends aren't going anywhere, and that they'll be there, they'll want to hang out. It's not personal if I have to do something else or I don't feel like going out. That it was just really important for me to realize that, and really helped me to understand when it wasn't, those temptations weren't in front of me every day and every night, every weekend, and it allowed me to value my time to focus on what I wanted and where I wanted to go. And that was a huge self-care realization for me. That was something that I didn't really know that I needed, or maybe I knew subconsciously, but I didn't want to give up that fun lifestyle and what I thought was what I should be doing at the time, which is what everyone else is doing, which is staying up late and partying and drinking and having fun, no worries. But I found that didn't bring me comfort. That's not something that I really enjoyed. I do in the moment, but it's all surface level relationships, or at least for the most part, and I want to start working on gaining capital for my life. And when I say capital, I mean experiences, and working for, instead of just working at a restaurant or bartending or doing something that I'm not going to learn anything from, or that's not going to give back to me, or that's not going to make a difference in my life. I want to find experiences where I can either give back to the community, or I can learn something and I can take it away and apply it to my life and apply it to my future endeavors, apply it to my future job that will give me experience in some kind of way, instead of just kind of having a mindless, pointless job where I might make good money, but I'm not gaining any capital in the sense of experience. I know that sounds so like old lady-y, or boring, or I don't even know. But it really, that idea came from the book that I'm reading, and it really just resonated with me, that you can't just stay stagnant. Even if your job is not a horrible job, if it's not pushing you to where you want to be, then it's not helping you. It's hurting you. It's holding you back, which was like dropping a bomb on me. I was like, oh shoot, that's real. That's some real shit. All right, so I need to straighten my bangs. My hair is curly naturally, so it's got all this nonsense going on in it, but that's okay. All right, so I'm gonna go in with, for lips today, I'm gonna do 2 different browns. I'm gonna do an ombre, and it's these 2. One of them is Lime Crime in the shade Salem, and the other one is L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Liquid Lipstick, and it is Bittersweet, and it smells like coffee. This shit will stay on until you try to take it off, and then you won't be able to get it off. It stays on forever. It is insane. And then take the lighter one in the middle. Don't forget to wipe your finger off, otherwise you're gonna ruin your clothes or the wall or something. It's the inevitable. All right, and I also forgot to do, I need to do mascara and freckles and highlight. Damn, what am I doing? Everything wrong, apparently. And then we'll do highlight. Actually, let's do mascara because I keep putting that off. Damn, look at that creasing. Oh, I always have a problem with that. I wonder if it's just the products I use, because to be honest, they're not super prestige. Okay, now we'll do highlight. Gotta do those little horns and my chinny chin chin, and not right there, and a little bit on the cleavage. And I'm gonna go ahead and just use a tinier brush, like I do. That's not the right one. I have places for all these brushes, so why don't I use them? It's almost like it would help me find them, or make it easier, and make less noise during my videos. And just a little bit up here. I'm just highlighting everything at this point. You're getting highlighted. You get highlight. You get highlight. Yay. I look like I have helmet hair. This is sad. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and then I just throw my brush on the counter like I was just complaining about. I'm the problem. I'm gonna go ahead and finish my hair, and then I will show you guys the finished look. BRB. So this is the final look for today, guys. I hope you like how it turned out. I definitely do, which I'm surprised about because I had no idea what I was gonna do while I was doing it. I didn't have any control. I was just talking and talking and talking and putting things on my face. So I'm glad that it turned out the way it did. I'm also wearing this hat. It was a gift for me, which I think you're supposed to wear with the bill in the front, but I didn't like it like that. So that's how I'm gonna wear it. Also, just to recap, make sure you guys are taking care of yourself, especially during these times where there's so much stress and so much pressure on everyone, and there's a lot of uncertainty in the world. It's gonna help a lot if you take control of your own life and make sure that you're doing what you can to stay in charge and stay motivated. Wake up and have a morning routine. Take care of yourself. Do those things so you don't experience burnout, so that you can keep fighting for what you believe in and fighting for your company and keep succeeding throughout life. Thanks for watching, you guys, and I'll talk to you next time.